Hello there. I thought I would share some of the cards that we both made in class. Some of them I had last minute put up some samples that I cased from other people to show some other samples of what I did with just the set or bundle that I used in each of those cards. And then I also have some swap cards that I got I guess a day or two after class, so I thought I would take a few minutes to share those things with you. So this is a card we made in class. I'll try to remember as best as I can who I sort of copied or cased from things, but I got the layout, I think I told you, but I used my own colors and stuff, but got the idea from a class bunch of demonstrators put on Rhonda Wade, Eric Serwin, a bunch of demonstrators that did some stuff. They did it in different colors, but I got the layout pretty much from them. So this was the card we made in class. I didn't really have any samples, but this was the notes bundle. What's it called? Just a note bundle. And then the hello from our paper pumpkin for this past month was where that came from. But I didn't make a lot of samples with this bundle, but afterwards I did make a thank you card, and here's that. So I usually try to send out a thank you card to people when they place an order. So that was my thank you card. Spent a little more time than I usually make something pretty simple, but anyways, I like using this little note paper die. That was fun. Got some little other accents and the paper there on that one. Next up in class, we did this card. I don't think I did anything that I saw from anyone else, but kind of created on my own. So this was with the Fright Night bundle and the papers from the Spooky Suite. Not sure what the papers were actually called, but I don't know that I copied this from anybody, but just saw that someone had used these spiderweb, cobweb pieces and made a little spider hanging off of it. So I thought that was kind of fun. There's a lot of shimmer to this one in real life, but trick or treat. There's that sample. So this was up on my board during class. I saw this somewhere online. Can't recall who it was from, but I loved the look of the blended color and then stamped with black the image from the Fright Night bundle. And all the sparkly stars. Lots of shimmer in this one too. Not sure how much the camera's picking that up, but a simple inside. Happy Halloween. This one I think was Brian King, demonstrator, that used these papers, and that inspired me to copy that. So this was on the display. Happy Halloween. Kind of got carried away with blending there, but still looks good. So those were my samples for that card. We made this card in class. You are the best. I believe Lena Gersa is a Canadian demonstrator that I got the inspiration to make this card, although mine turned out different for class. But from her page then, I saw this, not a quick card to make, but lots of fun parts and pieces. I might have changed up a few things, the way I put my thank you. I think she had it up here. But lots of fun and fall colors in that. Loved how she did the basket from the label piece using that whatever texture DSP that we have. So that was that one up for display. She also did one similar to this, if not pretty close to the same, making these. This was Label Me Grateful, the bundle. But yeah, she used this to show off, making them the sunflowers look like poinsettia flowers. So I thought that was super pretty, and pretty much cased that. This is a separate stamp and dies, words for the season, I believe, that has lots of holidays. So that was a fun one to add to that, and the gold background. And then my other sample, this was a direct copy from, I don't know what her inside looked like, but I saw this on her post. Julie Gilson, a demonstrator, made a few cards with some of the pieces, but I just thought it was nice to have to show off that this could be an everyday type of bundle, fall, because it's called Label Me Grateful, and then showing that it could be Christmas too. So seen a lot of good things with that. And then finally, our fourth card in class was made with the Sunflower 3D folder, which is out of stock still, but end of September is when it's supposed to be back in stock. If you watched and followed along with the video, this was a little bit of a hot mess for me in showing you to put it together, just because I got a little messed up on my writing my directions for cutting those pieces, but got it together by the end. Hopefully you made your way through that and enjoyed that card, but love this technique. Here were some other cards I had up in my samples that I kind of just created on my own. But this one I brushed the embossed side, brushed it with a white craft pad, added a bunch of Wink Stella on there. Not sure how much you can see that, but still very simple looking card for happy birthday. This one very simple, and added one of the hello pieces from our ephemera packs that's still in the catalog, but very simple card. Just liked seeing the folder itself in the background, and then with that check ribbon there. Very, very simple card, just white embossed. Thank you. Put a little edge on the inside. Very, very clean and simple there. So doesn't have to be a ton to make a nice card, right? And then this one I didn't add anything to it yet. Could add a sentiment greeting on it later, but yeah, I did take quite a lot of time to use the blends and colored over a white embossed piece, and I think that turned out pretty as well, and just coordinated the inside. So those were my cards and card samples that were up during class for our September stamp class. But I also got a swap back. So this is my original, what I was going to do for my swap. We were limited on how many sets of papers, embellishments, all the things that we could get. So I kind of had this in mind, did a smaller swatch of paper in it, thinking, oh, okay. And then I thought, you know, it was kind of a lot of work. But didn't venture too far from it, kept the pumpkins. This is... can't remember. I'm trying to look. Oh, Beautiful Pumpkins is where the pumpkins come from, but paired it with these new papers. Fall Twall, maybe Twall something, I think. But yeah, this was the card I ended up making for the swap then. Kind of similar, but not really. But I really wanted to use those papers with the little pumpkins in it. So anyways, made it work with what I had. This was my swap card though. So grateful down friend like you. And a little something on the inside. That's usually what she asks us in her swap. So here comes the other cards I got in return from that swap. So real pretty, and you don't notice it maybe at first, but they stamped the tree and then put a die cut of the branches piece on top of that. And I like that background is really cool with the papers there. This was made by Betty Weisbrick. So these are demonstrators that were from a Facebook leader group page that I often swap with them when new stuff comes out. This is again with those papers. I had those papers close by because I was looking at making something for next class with these papers. Maybe I don't want to pull it out quite yet because it looks like the glue dot behind that got stuck, but let's see. Don't think it's any kind of a fun fold, and the inside has a stamp just of the leaf, but I'll mess with that later. Lenine Pullman made this card. Thankful for you. Very simple, very, very pretty. These leaves were die cut with the new, I want to say brown, forget what the name of the new paper, but it's all just the same color paper in that pack. But I love that shininess to it. Sparkle. This one, Lori Krause made Go Nuts, It's Your Birthday. Okay, yeah, I might be wanting to sing that. And nobody needs to hear that, sorry. But yeah, combined those fun Twall papers. Hope I'm saying that right, of those. Cute for the inside, celebrating you. Go Nuts, it's your birthday. Want to party like it's your birthday? Okay, I'll stop. The Creativity Cave, my friend Dina Rico. This is really pretty. She is awesome at watercoloring. And so I imagine she watercolored on watercolor paper and then die cut that beautiful leaf with the stitched accent to it. Super pretty. That whole leaf just steals the show of the card. So these little guys were moving around. But yeah, very pretty. Love that. There is some shimmer on that, so not sure if maybe she put some Wink of Stella into her watercoloring when she chose some of her colors. Very pretty. This one's just really nice layers. Your friendship means the world to me. Heather Guerrero. And it looks like a simple card from the inside, not a fun fold. Let's see. Try to open them up and see. We put them in these plastic so that it keeps everything protected during mailing. This is really cute. I think maybe considered what we would call distinctive stamping, but a lot of detail to the actual image stamped there. Very pretty. And this one is really pretty. This is a combination. This is actually a peaceful. I'm trying to look to my shelf here when I'm telling you stuff. Oh, I can't see it. Anyways, it's a Christmas, goes with the Christmas bundle, that folder, but I love how they used these dies and then made it into autumn. Very pretty. Lisa Miltakis. And yeah, I think the inside, blessed to have you in my life. Very pretty. Again, more of that, it's like a brown foil, but I forget what they call it. Sorry. And this one, very simple, but just uses those papers again. I feel like those were very popular. I actually used them all in a couple of the swaps that I did. So I ran out and didn't have enough to do what I wanted for my class. Now I can get as much as I want. Autumn Wishes. And nice that the inside was stamped to coordinate that deer buck. Jessica Brigden. So yeah, simple, but very nice, very nice. And then here's some more of these other fall papers. Super pretty. I know I'm going to be using these at next class. And I love that. You could just fussy cut one of the pieces out of the designer series paper. Make that a little accent for your inside. Many thanks. And I love these labels. Come from traditional labels. I think it's a Christmas sort of bundle, but those labels will fit a lot of different words. Thankful for you. This one's going to be similar. Actually, I wonder if that's where my inspiration came, but oh, like that opening because I hadn't taken it out of the plastic. Thankful for you. Very pretty. Love those papers. Tracy Filter. That bundle, oh, I have it set away too, but has some really big, two big leaves in it, and then a bunch of small. So it all kind of coordinates with this paper too, and some smaller images, the little mushroom that I previously showed you. So those were the fall ones that I got in this swap, and I have a little more than half probably left, but these ones were more Christmas based. So this one is in the traditional labels, bunch of stuff, modern, something, no, not modern, traditional Christmas stuff, but Sandy Carlson, she's an awesome swapper. Like how she did the background with the, it's the big square embossing folder that she used to emboss the background piece. And then this is just die cut paper, very pretty. And love that these sparkly sequins are flat. So great for mailing if you're doing a bunch of Christmas cards. This one, actually Happy New Year. That's a new punch. Haven't gotten it yet. But a bundle with punch and some sentiments. Kim Williams. And then but the papers are from the Peaceful Something one. I always forget the name of it. But all new stuff. So all of these are things that come from either the new holiday catalog, September to December catalog, or from the new online exclusives was kind of the rules of the game in this swap. So this one is the new like Northern Lights one. Sorry, I'm really bad about remembering all the names. By the time I learn the names, then it's on to another catalog or bunch of products. But cool papers that look like the Northern Lights. Do a lot of the work for you in the background. Really pretty. Wishing you a year of magic. What is the inside? Because I was going to say, and wonder. So that's nice for even birthday card. Leanne Greff. Very nice. And this is back to that bundle. I should have kept them in order. Maybe grab the next one I can see coming up with these papers. But big hugs for a good friend. Very cute. I like how they made the little smaller writing space on the inside, but coordinates with kind of the size of what's on the front. Very nice. Lynn Feldkamp. Pretty card. And that ribbon and these gems were part of the suite that go with these papers that I can't think of the name of. Sorry. This one, love this print and this. Very striking. That Secret Sea is just starting to really stand out to me. So I love anything done with those papers. Just very striking. This one was Lonnie Pillar. All right. And this is kind of back to the traditions of something, traditional labels with the bundle sort of stuff. Papers, really pretty. I've done that in the past where we just cut up the paper and put it on as layers. Really pretty, especially when you got such a piece of designer series paper that you're like, I just don't want to not show off that paper. Super pretty. Ooh, inside, very nice. Kathy Seal. I love that accent at the bottom. Very striking with the gold foil. Pretty. She did real red and cherry cobbler, but yeah, that's all. I love how the designer paper too can just help you to coordinate what you need on your card to make it all come together. So perfect example of that. This one, I swear, I just love this because who couldn't make this? Janice Waitman. The Merry Christmas is just a big, bold stamp that's an individual stamp on its own. Put some beautiful paper behind it. She has, ooh, that new red sparkly ribbon. It looks simple, but it has a lot of little sparkles in it. You may not be able to see on the camera that well. But how simple is that? But just awesome. Merry Christmas. And again, flat sequins on there, but a lot of sparkle. Easy to send in the mail. Pretty. And then I've been wavering on, do I need the gingerbread or not? I know that the dies, it actually makes a full, I've been kind of eyeing it and then trying to figure out, are people just fussy cutting the one side? Because the dies are 2 gingerbread that makes like a fold at his hand to make just a folded gingerbread card. Anyways, cute accents in it. This is all done with the velvet paper. So they labeled it, I believe, Mossy Meadow, Cream, and Cherry Cobbler, but I feel like this could go with red or Cherry Cobbler. This I feel like maybe more a shaded spruce or garden green, but to each his own what colors they want to call them. But love that the texture just makes you want to pet it. Very cute card with the baking season's bright gingerbread. That's the only one I got with that. And then this one's so simple, but wait till you see the fold. This is Michelle Hornback. I looked at it and I thought, some simple layers, but here's how it works out. You open one flap to this side, one flap to that side, and there on the inside is your greeting and message. It's all kind of hidden, but all on one layer. Really cute. I love that. I love any of these kind of flap fold kind of cards, but very pretty and very simple. Love that. Nativity. And then these papers I've been eyeing and haven't gotten yet either, but they're snowflakes, but they're made with pine pieces. So I forget what they call it. Surprised. Pine and snowflake something. Anyways, it is in the online exclusives. So I like how she did this. I'm not real great, but she just left it tied. It was tied not in a knot, but very neatly just in a fold there. I didn't neatly tie it back so nicely, and now it's kind of frayed a bit because I've tied and untied it a couple times. I did open this up, but love that she used that for a wraparound, and Hubner as a wraparound, and then untie it and open it up. Celebrate the season. It's almost that it's the most magical time of the year. Very pretty card, and again uses some Secret Sea, but also a pretty peacock here, and I believe shaded spruce. These two, I think, that go with the ribbon. But very striking papers in that bundle. Speaking of that, here's the last but not least, and this one uses that same, I think that's the same paper. There's a couple prints that are very similar. This one made by Amy Rich. Very similar, but very striking. She did a lot of detail cutting, so not sure on all the measurements of how that was done, but looks like a lot of work with the layering and being so precise with such a fine space around the edge to get that old olive in there. But really pretty. The paper, I think, really does a lot for this too. Merry Christmas. So those were the swap cards I got. If you're coming to my next class, I will have those out on display that you can check out. Hope you enjoyed seeing those, and shoot me a message if you need something a little closer up or have any questions about them. I'll see what I can do to get back to you. Thanks for watching and stopping by. Take care.